Greetings. Welcome to TheQueenElle LLC. This is TheQueenElle. Thank you so much for joining me today. So this is my first monthly pick-a-card reading. These pick-a-card readings will typically be posted on the first of every calendar month, sometimes maybe a day before, but they are for all zodiac signs, and they are basically covering the energy that you can expect, things to look forward to, things to be aware of in the upcoming days and weeks of that current calendar month. Okay, so before we get started, I want to show you what the crystals look like and then give you a bit of guidance if you haven't already picked your pile. Okay, so the first crystal is we have the amethyst. We have the rose quartz. We have the tiger's eye. And we have the clear quartz. Okay, so if you haven't picked your piles yet, please, I'll insert the picture here so that you may, you hear my little one in the background, but so that you may meditate on the picture of the piles, meditate on the crystals, and I would say to take a few cleansing breaths in through your nose, blow out through your mouth. Do that several times and just close your eyes and meditate on the piles as well as the crystals to just go where spirit leads you, go with your intuition, and to just pick the pile that you feel resonates with you. If you truly feel drawn to more than one pile, I will have the timestamps in the description below. Feel free to either watch the whole video or to watch the video for the piles that you feel drawn to. But typically you would just, whichever one you feel drawn to the most, then that would be the one with the message for you for this upcoming month. And so this pick-a-card reading is specific. Well, I'm posting it for February of 2023. However, I'm of the mindset that whenever this video finds you, whenever, wherever, however, that this message is for you. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, for my amethyst group, if you picked the amethyst, then this is your reading. Okay, so let's see. We have the King of Swords. Okay, now swords mean intellect, and the king, that's the leader. That means you are mastering your mindset, your intellect. If you haven't checked out my mindfulness video, I will link that above because that's the energy that I'm getting. We have the Knight of Wands. Wands are all about our aspirations, all about our interests. And being a Knight of Wands, you're not necessarily a master of all of your interests, but you just have a certain level of fervor, and you're, ready to go, as the card implies. But you just, there's a lot of energy with regard to the pursuit of your endeavors. Okay, we have the Three of Wands. So again, wands are all about our aspirations and our interests. The Three of Wands, that is giving energy of someone who is diversifying. So you have a few, things that you're interested in doing. You're contemplating your next move. And with that King of Swords card, that's also representing, someone, again, who's mastering their mindset. So you're really, putting all of your ducks in a row. Now we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. The Nine of Cups typically, so cups are about our emotions. So that's someone who is, kind of has a grasp on things with regard to where their emotions fall in their life. The Nine of Cups in reverse means that there's a matter of the heart, though, that you're clashing with someone with, or you're that's in direct conflict with all of the other aspirations and the things that you're trying to or wanting to do in your life, that there's some type of conflict with your heart. So maybe some of the other cards will shed a little light on that. Oh, we have the Empress. The Empress. Now the Empress, that's Queen Mother. That's about abundance, fruitfulness. So with regard to the other cards about your mindset, your endeavors, this is showing that there's an abundance in that area. So if you're, wanting to have multiple streams of income, you're wanting to diversify, you're wanting to put yourself out there, and to, instead of just aspiring to do something, you're actually putting those thoughts into motion, then just know that with the Empress card, that means that, there's a lot of abundance in store for you. We have the Knight of Swords. There's another Knight card. Swords, again, all about intellect. So you have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. That means that with those aspirations, that you also have the mindset that you're, ready to go. Just know that there's abundance in store for you. So this is great energy. We have the Hierophant. All right. So this is all about balance. This is all about just knowing, again, having the King of Swords energy, about your intellect. This is about justice. This is about getting what you deserve. This is about getting what's yours. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Now we have the Death card. Some people look at this literally. It absolutely is not literal. Death means putting to rest or putting behind you things that no longer serve you. Something is going to have to end in order to see all of the abundance that's ahead of you. So let's see if we get a little more insight into what that could be. We have the Three of Pentacles. Now the Pentacles, that's about your money. That's about your finances. That's about your wealth, your value. So it can be the literal sense, or it can be symbolic of, what value you place in your life, where you place value in your life. The Three of Pentacles is specific to someone who is, again, diversifying. Someone who is spreading the wealth, who is diversifying. That's the word that keeps coming to mind, is diversifying your interests with the Wand cards, and diversifying your money or your value among those interests. Okay, we have the King of Cups. So we already had the Nine of Cups in reverse. Now we have the King of Cups in reverse. So that is leaning toward, again, affairs of the heart. There's something going on, something that you're emotionally connected to, that you may need to leave behind if it no longer serves you. That must mean that along with all of these aspirations, along with you mastering your intellect, that now you need to put focus on your heart. If you've seen my Venus and Pisces video, we have Venus transiting into Pisces January 26th, and we also have the Ceres retrograde taking place February 3rd through May 6th. There's a need to practice self-care in all of our lives. But with this card and the Nine of Cups, there's a need to tackle your emotions. We have a full moon in Leo that's taking place on February 5th. Definitely a need to tackle your emotions, invest in your emotions. That could be where the Pentacles are coming into place. Put value on your emotions. You've mastered your mindset. You've mastered, your planning, your thoughts, how you're going to, put your desires into motion in a monetary sense, in a business sense. But now it's time to tackle our emotions as well. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a cyclical change in your life. This is moving on to the next level in your life. And it's going to be important now more than ever to be able to elevate, to evolve to that next level of your life. The abundance with the Empress card. The Hierophant, as far as just kind of sitting on your throne, so to speak. In order to be able to do that, you will have to leave some things behind. And it looks like it could be an affair of the heart, but it looks like everyone who selected this pile, that what that is that you need to leave behind. It's just a matter of doing it. We have the Eight of Cups. So here we are with another cup card that's in reverse. So the Eight of Cups, that's someone embarking on a journey and leaving things behind them. This being in reverse means that there's a bit of a conflict. And, we do that within ourselves. We battle, between or vacillate between our mind and our heart. And so you're the master of your thoughts. You have that, on lock. But when it comes to your heart, that's where you're wavering. And so it's important to, find that balance, if you will, to between the mind and the heart as you go on to this next level, as you move up, elevate in your life. We have the Two of Swords. So Two of Swords, that's someone who's dealing with a juxtaposition in their life, who's dealing with, multiple decisions. I just said that. I'm actually getting a chill now. I just said that. This card being in reverse means that you are, instead of conquering that and being like, oh yeah, this is an easy decision, a lot of times the most life-changing, life-altering decisions in our lives are the ones that are the most difficult. So it's important to conquer this battle of the wills within yourself. The battle is within, not a direct conflict with anyone else. It's to battle it and to decide once and for all what you're going to do. Okay, we have Page of Cups. Again, these cup cards in reverse. Page of Cups. So cups again with the emotions. The Page of Cups. This is that new love energy. However, it's in reverse. So there is still that conflict. Now, just know, since we are with Venus in Pisces, Venus is transiting through Pisces now until Venus enters Aries, which is more of that fiery love, and that will take place February 20th. So that's later on in the month. There will be a shift, and I will post a video with regard to that transit. But the majority of February, the first few weeks, the energy is all about practicing self-love and caring for yourself. So it's important, in order to manifest the wellness that you seek in your life, to manifest elevating to the next level, evolving to the next level. In order to see that growth in your life, that personal development, you will need to conquer whatever's going on with you emotionally. So we have the World card. Again, this is that cyclical depth that's going on within your life, moving on to the next level. The World card means that there's just a lot going on with you right now, and I'm sensing that it's related to your emotions. So that's definitely going to be the focus for the month of February for you. We have the Fool card. The Fool card, some people look at it in the literal sense, that foolish energy, but it also just means just throwing caution to the wind and just, just taking life as it comes. There is a caution there to make sure you're practicing discernment in the choices that you make, especially since we know that you have your intellect, in full grasp. But make sure that you're practicing discernment with the decisions that you make. Be discerning. We're already talking about matters of the heart, but be discerning in the diversifying that you're doing with your business ventures as well. Have the Ace of Swords. So again, this swords energy, there's a lot of beast mode energy, I would say, with regard to your interests, which with regard to the things you have set in motion for yourself or are getting ready to activate that you've been planning out. So the Ace of Swords is about newness. It's about embarking on uncharted territory, and it seems like you really have a grasp on that. Okay, we have the Moon card in reverse. So the Moon is all about our hidden emotions. It's all about those things that we keep from others, and sometimes even hold within our subconscious that we keep from ourselves. But the Moon card in reverse means there's some work to be done there. So it's important, again, that you use this time wisely, use it in a productive, a constructive way to make sure that you're taking the time that you need, even while you're doing all these other things that are great, but just make sure that you're also taking the time for you so that you can work on yourself from within. We have the Justice card in reverse. So again, there's that blockage with regard to managing it all, the balance of it all. So again, I mean, it's kind of speaking louder and louder that it's important. You know, things might not seem fair when it comes to those matters of the heart. Like, man, this area and this area, I have everything, you know, all together. And I mean, isn't that how life is? That we never have every single aspect of our life, like, you know, in, you know, under control. We're never on top of the world in every single aspect of our life. Even on our best days, things can all be good, but everything is not great. Something can always have improvement or be better. And so in this case, you know, it's just a reminder that that may be so, but that's where we work to find the balance, to balance our chakras, to be in alignment in the areas that we may not be. And in this case, it's an emotional standpoint. And now we have the Knight of Cups. So this one is upright. That's a good thing. So the Knight of Cups, that is embarking on a journey. So there will be a journey emotionally taking place throughout the month of February. I believe the earlier part of the month will be about that, you know, focusing on the self-care, but also dealing with whatever matters of the heart you're in direct conflict with in your life, between your head and your heart. But just know that as you round out the month, that you will be embarking on a journey, and it will be a positive one, but one of self-discovery within your heart as well. Okay, so I do have a few oracle cards that I wanted to bring forth. By the way, the tarot cards that I'm using are from the Modern Witch Tarot deck. I will link my unboxing video above. And then we have some oracle cards just to lend a little extra layer to the reading. So we have Woman Holding a Heart. So this is just, again, another prime example of this group, you know, started out seeming that it was mostly about, you know, beast mode with intellect and everything, but it's truly about affairs of the heart. And it's important that you take the time that's needed this month of February to focus on just dealing with what needs to be dealt with and putting behind you what needs to be put behind you. And I know it's easier said than done, but that needs to be the focus of this month. You have everything else under control, but that needs to be the focus. That's the area that is needing a little extra attention. Okay, we have the third chakra, the Archangel Chamuel. Okay, so this is giving world card energy. So there is, again, there's the cyclical thing that's happening in our lives, elevating to the next level. But in order to reach that level of ascension that we seek, you can't let any area of your life fall by the wayside. Don't leave your heart behind. Don't turn on blinders to what's going on with you emotionally. You need to work on that as well. Okay. And I mean, I must say, again, with the full moon in Leo taking place on February 5th, this is the time. Tap into that energy. We're already entering the shadow period a few days prior to. Tap into that energy so that you can manifest the growth that you seek in your life. And finally, all tied up. So this is where we can let everything else that we're dealing with, you know, we can be focused on that and so consumed with that that we're just like, I just don't have time to even think about all that other stuff. But I'm telling you, it will be for your own holistic wellness. That's what I'm all about. It will serve your holistic wellness so well to actually not turn on blinders again to those matters of the heart and our emotions, but to actually focus on that as well. Embrace the change in that part of our lives as well. Okay, so that is it for the Amethyst pile. Thank you so much for joining me. Now I'll be moving on to the next one. Hi there, this is the Rose Quartz pile. So thank you so much for choosing this one, and now here's your reading. We have the Four of Swords in reverse. So the Four of Swords, this is about dealing with something that has to do with your mindset. You have something tormenting you. You have something that is kind of perplexing you. However, with this card being in reverse, just know that, I mean, usually it's something that's keeping you up at night, but, you know, on the horizon, there are greater things coming. But in this case, you're still allowing it to weigh you down. And this is the time, as we have Venus in Pisces, I'll link the video above to that transit video, that reading that I did last week, because that occurred January 26th, but it will continue to occur. Venus will stay in Pisces until it moves on to Aries February 20th. So this is the prime time for you to kind of let the fog lift and to move out of that kind of state of turmoil. And I know it's easier said than done, but that'll be a focal point this month. That's my little one that you hear. We have the Seven of Swords. You're carrying a lot in your mind that goes with that Four of Swords in reverse. So there's a lot weighing you down. I'm already sensing that. Okay, we have the Four of Cups in reverse. So the Four of Cups energy, cups represent our emotions. So usually that has to do with, again, help on the horizon. But in reverse, there's a sense of you feeling some hopelessness in an affair of the heart. You feeling like you don't see a way out of it. You don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but one is there, and we're going to talk through that. Let's unpack it. Okay, so we have Six of Cups. This is working with your inner child in your emotions, but in reverse, there's a blockage there. And so we have the full moon in Leo that's taking place February 5th. We just have several transits where it's all about working from within. Ceres retrograde starting February 3rd, going to May 6th. This is all about self-care and wellness, and it's apparent here that needs to be the focal point. So we have Five of Pentacles. So typically this is a downtrodden card. This is the card, you know, representing either from a material standpoint or just a sense of value in your life that you're feeling, you know, kind of hopeless. But in reverse, the good thing is that it's all temporary. Everything is temporary. So any feelings that you have right now, any misgivings, just know that they are temporary. And it's not just me saying that. Spirit guides are sending a message to you of reassurance. Okay? So we have the Page of Swords. Swords represent our intellect. The Page of Swords represents newness. So there's a new shift taking place, getting ready to take place in your mind. Okay? We have the Hanged One. Okay? So I always think that that card is really cool. Let's see what they look like upright. And this is my Modern Witch Tarot deck. The Hanged One. This is actually a card about rest and relaxation. It's about needing to just zone out. And if that's what you need to do to regroup, to reset, then do that. That's what this card is encouraging you to do. We have the Six of Swords. There's a journey ahead of you. And it's not one that you will have a sense of loneliness with, but it's one of self-discovery. It's one of reaching uncharted territory within your mind. So there's a new mindset in store for you. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, some new energy. There's something new ahead of you. You are embarking on fresh territory. Either you already know what the next chapter is in your life and it is something completely new for you, or you've been contemplating something and you know that you need a fresh perspective, a new change of pace. But this is encouraging you to move forward with that change. We have the Queen of Pentacles, boss energy. Queen of Pentacles is all about taking charge. It's all about representing. It's all about Pentacles have to do with our sense of value in our lives. And so this is all about just kind of coming into your own with regard to, again, this new chapter in your life. We have the Three of Swords in reverse. Now, the Three of Swords, that's like a card of heartache. But in reverse, that's just letting you know, no matter what type of turmoil you feel on the inside right now, in your mind, just kind of vexing yourself with your thoughts, which is a thing that we do. We can curse ourselves just with our thoughts, with the feelings of worthlessness and just basically devaluing ourselves. But you need to flip that. You have to flip that. Turn those, cursed words into words of affirmation. Say, I am well. I am prosperous. I am abundant. I am on top of the world. I have peace. I have joy. You have to speak those things into existence for them to be so. And I promise it works. Sometimes it sounds a little corny, but it truly works. Seven of Pentacles. So this is kind of feeding that energy, like I said, mentioning the affirmations. This is about feeding that energy of value. Feeling, before, sometimes you have to fake it until you make it. So feed it, and the way you feed it is through manifestation. It's through encouraging yourself. Instead of waiting for someone else to validate you, waiting for someone else to encourage you, most of the time we have to encourage ourselves. We have to motivate ourselves, okay? We have the Emperor in reverse. So this is saying, this is again that boss energy in reverse. If you don't feel like a boss, then it's hard to be a boss in your life. And in order to feel that way, while you're waiting to feel that way, you have to do things. You have to affirm that you are the bomb until you feel like you're the bomb, until you can say, like, I know it. I know it through and through. You have to motivate yourself again. You can do that through journaling. You can do that through whatever type of fun things that you enjoyed as a child, whether it was singing, dancing, drawing, coloring, things that can just enhance your mindset, things that can make you feel joy in your life, whatever that is, whether that's, playing with animals or children, or just laughing, reading comics, whatever that little thing is, arts and crafts, going for a walk, exercise, baking can be therapeutic. Whatever that thing is, whatever those things are, do those things. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So again, this is all about our value. This is all about feeding into it. It's all about watering those things in our lives, the seeds that we're planting. We're planting the seeds through affirmations, but this is about watering those seeds, and we do that through the continual work. It doesn't just start with, okay, I'm just going to say these words and then it's going to be so. But in order to make it so, you have to further enhance yourself, and you have to further elevate your mindset, and you do that through meditation, through yoga, through consuming the right things in your life, not consuming things that are not for your wellness, okay? And that goes for the music we listen to, what we watch on television or social media, who we allow within our personal space, who we put ourselves around. All of that feeds into each other. They intertwine with each other, and they permeate within our spirit. So it's important to be discerning about those things as well. Okay, we have the Page of Wands. So this is in reverse. So the Page of Wands is all about newness with regard to our aspirations and our endeavors, but there may be some resistance when it comes to pursuing certain endeavors. But just know that as long as you keep affirming yourself, as long as you tap into your true innate talents, then it's yours. It's yours already. You just have to claim it. We have the Queen of Cups. So see, now we have the Queen of Cups. Now the Queen of Cups is the boss of that emotional standpoint. So it's important as we move through the month of February, that Ceres retrograde, well, Ceres retrograde is from February 3rd through May 6th. That Venus transit, Venus goes into Aries on February 20th, and about several days before then, so about mid-February, just know that that's more of the fiery energy with regard to our affairs of the heart. And I'll be doing a reading for that time as well, just with regard to that specific planetary transit. But just know that as you move through the month of February, that you will start conquering your emotions. We have Six of Wands. So this is about those endeavors. This is about the pursuit of the interests that you have. And whether that's deciding, you know what, I am going to start doing some arts and crafts. I am going to start, you know, that yoga practice that I've been thinking about. I am going to start meditating. This is letting you know that it's a journey. But again, it's one for your wellness. It's a positive one that's ahead of you. Nine of Wands. So this is, again, about those endeavors. But the Nine of Wands is making sure, just sending energy of not spreading yourself too thin. Because we have a tendency of doing that. We want to do all the things, like everything. Like, life is short. I've got to get it all done. Again, practice discernment. There's a time and a place for everything. You don't have to do all the things all the time. You can tap into the energy, whatever it's giving in that moment, and focus on that. You can diversify. You can have multiple streams of income, but just know that it's important not to spread yourself too thin. Okay? Only you know where that balance lies. Only you know what is okay still for your wellness, where you can do this much and it's still great for your wellness. And then if you do one more thing, then now something might fall to, you know, by the wayside. So I need to balance it out and reel it on back. So only you know that balance, but you need to find it. Strength. This is an expression of strength to you. We all could use strength, but this is the Spirit God saying, here is some strength for you as you move into this new phase of your life. Okay? And then we have the Three of Cups. That's all about community. That's all about connecting with others, other like-minded individuals. There's no time like the present to do that. I'll be the first to say, you know, as an introvert, as what many would call a loner, that there is something to be said about finding a community of like-minded souls and to connect with them. And now that we're in this technology era, it's so easy to find other like-minded individuals as long as the like-mindedness is positive and it's not codependent, as long as it's for your wellness and not, you know, for your harm. Okay, so now I have a few cards from my energy oracle deck that will just add an extra layer to the message for you. So we have the yin and yang card. This yin yang card is all about balance. So you need to make sure that you find the balance in your life between, again, all the things. Find that balance, find that peace of mind so that you're able to, you know, keep your chakras aligned. Okay. We have, this is the man holding the heart. So the man holding the heart, I believe it's not so much about gender. It's about that sacred masculine energy. And it's about tapping into that energy so that you can, you know, find that inner strength with regard to venturing out in all these endeavors and, you know, with the desire to do all the things. Just know that, you know, with regard to our heart, our emotions, that we just need to, again, practice discernment and find the balance of it all, okay? And then the journey card. So, like I said from the beginning, there is a journey that we are embarking on. Just looking through some of the other cards. The journey is real. The journey has to do with our intellect mostly. It has to do with embarking on fresh territory with regard to our endeavors, our aspirations, our dreams. It's never too late to dream. Just know that for this month, you need to focus on just, you know, figuring it all out. And not figuring it all out, but Just focus on you. Focus on, okay, so I have these things that I want to do. Come up with a game plan. And whenever you're met with any type of resistance or conflict, be discerning. And being discerning doesn't mean, okay, like, do I absorb what I'm being faced with? Do I fight it? Or do I, like, brush it off? Being discerning is about just really a mind check. Like, let me see. What do I need to do with what I'm being faced with? How do I proceed? Tapping into source, whether that's through prayer, whether that's through meditation, whether that's through just closing your eyes and just mentally checking in with source, checking in with your spirit guides to decide, what do I need to do? Check in with you, your own intuition, your own gut. That's practicing discernment. So just know that as you are embarking on this new journey, that you check in with self, okay? Peace. Greetings. Okay, this reading is for the Tiger's Eye group. So thank you so much for joining me. Let's get started, all right? All right, we have the Page of Pentacles. So Pentacles are all about, it could have to do with wealth or prosperity or abundance in a literal sense, or about the value we place within our lives, where we place that value. The Page of Pentacles is all about branching out. It's all about starting something fresh with regard to our values or our monetary interests. Okay, the Magician. So the Magician is about things that, this is full moon energy. We have the full moon in Leo that's taking place on February 5th. The Magician card is all about those things that we keep hidden, that we keep under wraps, whether it's hiding them from the world, hiding them from others, or things that we keep to ourselves. So let's dig in and see what else we have in store for this reading. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, Pentacles, again, about value. The Ace of Pentacles means that there's a bit of a conflict there with regard to the things that we value in our lives. We have the Nine of Swords. So, okay, you're going through something. Something is going on in your mind. Either you just have a lot on your mind and it's keeping you up, or you're actually in turmoil about something. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So Seven of Wands energy, that's all about our interests, all about our passions, our aspirations. There's a lot going on, but having it in reverse means that the conflict has to do with all that you're trying to do. Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. That's what this card looks like. It's in reverse. So the Six of Pentacles is, with it being in reverse, it's all about all the things. There's a conflict there with regard to the things that you hold near and dear to you, the things that you are placing value on in your life. And as we go on, I'll probably get a bit more clarity, but either you need to kind of readjust, or do a little check on the things that you place value on in your life to maybe shift some things, or you're not putting enough value on some things in your life. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles. So this really is all about the things that we hold close to us, the things that we hold near and dear to us. And here's the Devil card. So there is some major conflict with regard to a connection, something that we're tied to, something that this group is tied to. It's an unhealthy dependency on something. And sometimes the Devil card is looked at for the intensity, for almost in a primal sexual sense, but this ultimately just means that there's some type of unhealthy dependency going on, and it has to do with the things that you put value on in your life. Okay, we have the Five of Wands. So the wands, my light keeps adjusting because it's nighttime outside. So I'll kind of aim it a little towards my ring light. But the Five of Wands, so the wand energy is our aspirations, our desires, our plans, the things that we're doing in our life. But the Five of Wands is specific to there being a direct conflict with those things. So all of the cards are leaning towards that for this group, that whatever you're placing value on, there is a major conflict. And I could be Captain Obvious. You may already know that, but if the spirit guides are sending you a message regarding it, that needs to be a focal point for this month to work on it and to either make a decision once and for all with this conflict, like what you need to do so that it can be resolved in your life. But in order to reach the balance that you seek in your life, you're going to have to face it. Okay, we have the Five of Swords. So swords are all about our intellect, swords, but the Five of Swords is about leaving things behind, but within reason. So a lot of times, especially with regard to the other cards, this means specifically leaving things behind that no longer serve you. That's it. Most of the time, this card means, you know, making sure that while we leave some things behind, that we don't leave any figuratively speaking dead bodies behind along the way. But it's important to sometimes you just, along with this month of self-care for the month of February, it's important to, you know, sometimes you just have to make some decisions for yourself. If there's an unhealthy codependency going on, an unhealthy attachment that you have to something in your life, then that's an area where you need to detach and not feel guilty about the detachment. Okay. Okay, we have the Sun in reverse. So the Sun card is about, you know, just youth. It's all about exuberance. It's all about fresh energy. But just know that the Sun in reverse means that there's a direct conflict with regard to that new energy. And until you work on what you have an unhealthy attachment toward, you won't be able to move on to that next chapter of your life, move on to that latest, you know, adventure in your life. You won't be able to move on to that until you face whatever this unhealthy attachment is that you have in your life. And it could be an unhealthy attachment to a thing, to energy, something that, you are drawn to. If it's not, benefiting your wellness, if it's not for your good, then that's something that you need to detach from. Okay, we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Now, the Five of Cups is actually it's an emotionally charged card. It's about just kind of wallowing in energy of, like kind of crying over spilled milk, so to speak. And that's like the sense, that's what the energy gives. But in reverse, it means that, you don't have to do that. And again, you don't have to feel guilty about letting go of things that don't serve you. Okay, we have the Star card. I love this card. This is specific to releasing. We gain and we release. Releasing does not have to be a negative thing. It might be hard to do, but it doesn't have to be a negative thing. Releasing does not mean, oh, so now I'm going to have a void. No, we can gain more as we release. We can only carry so much. We can only bear so much. So as you release, you will have the capacity to bear more, to start fresh, to venture out, to explore new opportunities. You will have the mental and emotional capacity to do that if you release things that you're attached to that are kind of weighing you down and holding you back. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So the Eight of Swords, that's a major conflict with regard to our mindset, an area that we feel stuck in, that we feel trapped, like there's no way out, right? Like between a rock and a hard place. But the Eight of Swords in reverse means you don't have to feel like that. You're not between a rock and a hard place, even if you think you are. You might feel depressed. You might feel like, oh, like here I go again, like dealing with this mess. But I'm telling you, you're not. You're just not. A lot of times it's about our perspective. You might feel like, you know, like enough is enough. Something's got to give. You've got to give. It starts with you. It starts from within. We have the Judgment card in reverse. So the Judgment card is self-explanatory. It's about judgment. It's about justice. It's about karma. In reverse, yours is kind of meeting you head on because of your own choices, because of your lack of making a choice, because of your lack of seeing all of the signs around you and just taking a step out on faith. Have faith in yourself. It's not even about faith in others or faith in the potential. Potential can just have us stagnant, can just have us stuck because we know what it could be. It starts with you. The action starts with you. You take the action in your life, one way or the other. Then we have the Chariot. See? Get on that thing and go. Whatever that is, go. You got to put it into motion. And I'm speaking to myself here too. We can be the ones with all the plans. You know, start off the new year, new you. Have the planner, have the vision board, have everything just ready to go. But then not go anywhere. Month after month after month, week after week after week. And then 6 months later, a year later, nothing. We're not doing anything. We're still in the same place, stuck in our own cement that we created, that we designed for us specifically. Just do it. And yes, it is easier said than done, but then again, it's not. Just do it at your own pace. You don't have to compare yourself to anyone else. You're not in competition with anyone else. You're in competition with yourself. You're in competition with all of, you know, your thoughts and desires and wants for yourself. Where do you see you? Not where do you see someone else so that you can one-up them or be where they are, or they're here so I should be here. No, where should you be based off of you? It's all about you. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So Ace of Wands, this is about new adventures, but this in reverse is because there's that conflict. It's a conflict. You're being faced with this conflict. And until you let go of unhealthy behaviors, unhealthy attachments, then you won't be able to move ahead. And again, as if you needed just another reminder, we have Ace of Cups in reverse. So again, Cups, it's all about our emotions. The Ace, it's all about starting on something new, something fresh, in abundance. And this being in reverse, again, there is a blockage there, but it's a blockage that you may not have created the blockage, but you've taken part in it being there. You're the reason why it's still there in your life. And not to knock you, because I've done it, I've been there, but do something about it. Do something about it. You're doing something by watching this video. You're doing something by, okay, like, let me just see what the spirit guides have in store for me. So now you have to do something else. Now it's like baby steps. Take the next step. What are you going to do about it? Now, I have a few cards from my Energy Oracle deck that will add a bit more insight into this message. We have the Envy card. So this can pop up when we're, you know, again, comparing ourselves to others, looking at what someone else is doing. There will always be plenty of other people that look like, you know, they just have it all together, or man, like, they are where I should be. They're doing what I aspire to do. It's okay to see that and to use it as inspiration, as motivation, as long as you don't see it and covet it, as long as you don't see it and let it bring you down. Okay? We have the Attachment card. Like I said, this message is all about unhealthy attachments and severing those ties. Okay? And then we have 5th chakra, our Archangel Gabriel. And Gabriel's there to protect you as you make those decisions, those tough decisions. Tough and easy at the same time. Easy because they're obviously for your wellness, but tough because old habits die hard. Hear my little in the background. Old habits die hard. They really do. But there's no time like the present. So stick around for other messages like this in the future. But that is the message for my Tiger's Eye group. Okay? Peace. Greetings to my Clear Quartz group. Thank you so much for sticking around or hopping over to your message. So we're getting started with my Modern Witch Tarot deck, okay? Okay, let's get started. So we have the 10 of Pentacles. So Pentacles are all about things that we place value on. It can be in the literal sense, as far as our material possessions, as far as just our money, wealth, abundance. But it's essentially things that we place value on in our life. So the 10 of Pentacles is plenty of abundance, plenty of things going on that we place value on. In reverse, there's something inhibiting us from reaching our fullest potential with those things. So next we have the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so there's balance going on. There's a balancing act. So this is, again, with regard to the things that we place value on. So that may be the theme with this group. But the 2 of Pentacles means that you're finding the balance. So you're not there yet as far as the abundance that you seek, but you are finding the balance, which is a good thing. 10 of Wands. Okay, so it looks like there is, you know, not only a balancing act, but a juggling act. Literally trying to do all the things. Now, I said this, I believe, with the Rose Quartz group. So I will correct myself below if I'm mistaken, but you may want to view that message as well. If that's what this message ends up giving, is when you're trying to balance, you know, things and just do all the things, you may end up neglecting some areas of your life, and it's important to find the balance. You know, when we're trying to align our chakras, our energy, our aura, our essence, sometimes if you take on too much, then something will fall by the wayside. Now we have the Lovers card in reverse. So the Lovers, it's my little one. So the Lovers, it's pretty self-explanatory. There's love in the air. There's that connection with someone. It's a very intimate connection. This card in reverse means that there's some type of issue in that area. There's some type of disconnect in that type of relationship. Okay, so this card, this is the Everything is Fine card, or this is the 10 of Swords card. So this card means that, you know, we're trying to be okay, again, with that juggling act of doing all the things, trying to manage everything, trying to not necessarily keep up a front, but to present ourselves like we have it all together. But, you know, we know on the inside that it ain't working, okay? Feel like you know what I'm talking about. We have the 8 of Wands. So again, there's a bunch of things going on, but the 8 of Wands, it's like all systems that go. I mean, we're doing it, you know, it's a very active energy with regard to all the things, but we're spreading ourselves pretty thin here. Okay, King of Wands in reverse. So King of Wands is about being the boss of managing everything. There's a conflict here with regard to managing all the things that you have going on. It's given you can't do it all. I mean, a lot of times we try to do it all. A lot of times we need to, we have to. We're in a position where it's on us to do it all. But, or we just aspire to do it all. But again, if you're not able to manage everything as it stands, then something's got to give. You've got to make some changes throughout this month, okay? We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So Queen of Swords, that's some boss energy with regard to our intellect. In reverse, there is a direct conflict with regard to our thoughts and managing everything. Like maybe it's starting to weigh us down. And that's kind of how it works, right? So let's say you're juggling. You got it. Juggling everything. You just like in the groove, in the groove. All it takes is some little, like something to thwart your plans, to derail your plans, because everything works in a vacuum as long as there is no direct conflict that you'll be faced with. But that's impossible. That's not reality. That's not life, you know? So then if any little thing comes in to kind of, you know, interfere with our best laid plans, then, you know, balls everywhere, right? If you notice, my nose is getting a little red. My allergies are kind of working on me for some reason, but we persist, we proceed. So we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So cups, all about our emotions. Seven of Cups, it's in abundance. Our emotions, we have a lot that we're holding within us emotionally, but this in reverse means that there is a conflict there. Okay, so using my Palo Santo to just kind of cleanse the energy around me, help with my allergies. Okay, so we have the Tower in reverse. So great news here, guys. The Tower card is typically meaning that there is war going on with regard to, you know, figuratively speaking. There's war, there's a battle going on. Things are crushing down around us and within us. But in reverse, there's hope. This is more of a warning that things can, if you allow things to just go as they are, you're like, you know what? Yeah, I see that, but I'm not feeling this. This message is not for me. Like, I got my stuff on lock, like everything's straight. If you were drawn to the energy of the clear quartz and drawn to that pile, this is your energy. This is your message. This is what spirit guides, what source has to say to you. So just know things could go left. Things could come crashing down. All of these best laid plans could kind of fall apart, like I just mentioned, the juggling act. However, it's just a warning that that's what could happen if you continue on this same path without some type of change taking place. You know how everyone, you know, likes to bring up what is known as the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So it's important, in order to see some type of change in your life, to embark on new chapters in your life, that you have to make the changes. You have to be the change in your life. We have the Two of Cups. This is about community. Cups have to do with our hearts. Cups have to do with our emotions. The Two of Cups is about unity. It's about connecting with someone. It's about just finding some type of common ground. Okay, so if this is related to doing all the things, maybe you need to, you know, connect with someone else, a like-minded person, in order to see the help that you need, in order to receive it. Connect, commune, embrace connecting with someone to get the assistance that you need. We have Temperance in reverse. So Temperance, this is about justice. This is about finding that balance in your life. But this being in reverse means that you lack the balance that is necessary in your life. That in order to receive it, though, you just have to make some changes in your life, tweak some things to receive the balance that you need. But something is off balance. Something is misaligned right now, okay? We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So again, in order to reach that level of boss energy with regard to all the things, with regard to seeing the abundance, the prosperity that you personally seek, you have got to make the changes that we've talked about. You've got to figure out a way to better balance doing all the things. You know, whether it's organization, whether it's better planning, whether it's delegating, whether it's cutting out those things that no longer serve you in order to get the balance that you seek with regard to the things that you value. The Queen of Wands. Now this one's upright, so there is hope. There is hope for you to be on top of it all as far as managing everything that you have going on, all of your endeavors. Just tweak some things, like I said, to have the right balance. This month is all about self-care. We have the Ceres retrograde from February 3rd all the way to May 6th. That energy is about taking care of you. Venus in Pisces, the energy is about loving on you, taking care of you for your own wellness, your own benefit. What good is it to do all the things if you're not taking care of you at the same time? You can't fall by the wayside. Who's going to do all the things if you're not well? You know, so that's the mindset that you need to have. Eight of Pentacles. This is upright. Eight of Pentacles is all about planning out that abundance, planning out that wealth, focusing on it. And the Four of Wands, again, about community with regard to doing all of the things. You've got to connect with others who are ready and willing and able. They're equipped to be able to help you with those things. And then we have the High Priestess in reverse. So the High Priestess, that's that boss energy. High Priestess is all about abundance, fruitfulness, kind of being on top of the world. But in reverse, again, the blockage is in order to reach that level, you've reached a certain level, but in order to reach that level, you have got to get the help that maybe you're so used to just doing it all yourself. You've got to seek community and connect with others so that you're able to reach the level that you seek. Then we have Two of Wands. Two of Wands is about balance. Two of Wands is with regard to our endeavors that, you know, again, we're thinking ahead. We're trying to, you know, plan out all the things. We are preparing for moving on to that next level, into expanding, into diversifying. But again, in order to reach that level, you're going to have to better manage how to, you know, balance it all. And then we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Ten of Cups it's about community with regard to our emotions. It's about, you know, embracing the love of community, of togetherness. And this in reverse is just another reminder that there's a blockage there. Either you have a hard time letting other people in or letting people help you when the help is available. But that's an area for you to work on. We have the full moon in Leo coming up on February 5th. That is a time, prime time with regard to manifestation and working with our hidden self, are the things that we keep from others. It's no time like the present to work on those things within ourselves, whether it is, you know, having a hard time working with others, like I said, to work on that energy. Okay, work on opening up. And then we have the Hermit. See, it's all feeding into each other. The Hermit card, obviously, that loner energy, it can serve you with regard to your planning and, you know, coming up with that master plan, but don't stay in that place. Don't sink into that energy. It's okay to come out of your shell and to work with others, okay? Especially with regard to managing everything. So now I have a few oracle cards from my energy oracle deck just to lend a bit more insight into this message. Cornucopia. This is all about abundance. This is all about prosperity. This is all about all the things, right? So it's great to be fruitful. It's great to have all the things. We want all the things, right? But it's about balance. And then we have 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel or Uriel. So this is about all those aspirations, the dreaminess. You just want it all. You can have it all. You can. But you have to find a way to balance it all. No one is a monolith. No one is able to just do it all alone. No one. It's important to find the balance. It's important to figure out what you can delegate to someone else, what area, it would be best to bring someone else in, how you can, do a bit more planning in some areas, how you can streamline some processes in your life to just to be more efficient. And then we have first chakra, Archangel Michael. Our first chakra is our root chakra, and it's all about going to the root of things, literally, whether that's going back to your inner child from the beginning, what has helped to shape you into having this mindset of do it all alone. Either you have just had to do it all alone, either you're used to being alone to fend for yourself, so you're like, you know what, I can do it best anyway. I'm used to, being on my own, doing everything, so that's just what it has to be. But just know that that's not the case anymore in your life. I said to another group that with this technology era, it's no time like the present. You can find that soul tribe. You can find people to be that inner circle in your life if you don't already have that. And if you do have that, tap into them. That's what they're there for. Not just, for socializing, but helping with all the things to network. You can do it, okay? So that's the message for the month of February. Closing out this reading for the month of February. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. If you stuck around this long, I really appreciate you. All of the links to my blog, as well as my Etsy shop and my planners, are all in the description box below. Peace. Ashe.